Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is the 8th Wizarding World movie and the final Harry Potter film. The amount of hype for this movie when it was first coming out back in the day was insane. It was the end of an era for most people. People were crying before the movie came out. People were calling it an amazing film before it came out. And after it came out, people were still calling it an amazing movie and were still standing by that. When I saw it, I thought it was an amazing movie. And seeing it now, once again, I still think it's an amazing movie. We start off right back from where the previous film left us, with the trio hunting down another Horcrux. After their encounter with Bellatrix Lestrange at the end of the last movie, they believe that she is in possession of another Horcrux, hidden in her vault at Gringotts Bank from the first film. After infiltrating the bank and entering the vault, while they do find the Horcrux in the form of Helga Hufflepuff's cup, they do also trigger a curse inside the vault and must now escape the bank on the back of a dragon, one of the many guards of the bank. So after Harry receives a vision that the next Horcrux is at Hogwarts, they devise a plan to smuggle themselves into the school through the neighboring village of Hogsmeade. After getting themselves back into the school with the help of Neville, they are just in time for Severus Snape to make an assembly notifying the entire school that Harry is within the castle, and whoever comes forth with any information will be rewarded. So of course, Harry steps forth. With the remaining members of the Order of the Phoenix at his back, Severus arms himself with his wand, and Mcgonagall steps right in front of Harry, and points her wand at Severus. She then single-handedly puts Snape into a corner where he is forced to retreat, and then lights the entire Great Hall with light in victory. If there's any takeaway from this entire movie, it's that two characters are way more awesome than we have ever given them credit for. One of those characters is Mcgonagall. With the Death Eaters making their way to the school while everyone else prepares for battle, the trio split up, while Ron and Hermione destroy the cup with a basilisk fang from the Chamber of Secrets, while also sharing a, for the lack of a better word, forced kiss. Harry sets out to find and destroy the fifth Horcrux, the diadem of Helena Ravenclaw, hidden in the Room of Requirement. And after a fight involving the trio, Draco and Draco's friends, resulting in the entire room being set ablaze, the trio, Draco, and one of Draco's friends making it out of there alive, just in time to destroy the diadem. Harry then receives a vision that the next Horcrux they have to destroy is Nagini, Voldemort's pet snake, and they have to pass through the Battle of Hogwarts in order to get there. Yeah, the Battle of Hogwarts. I forgot to mention that. The Battle of Hogwarts in this movie is amazing. It's so massive and so chaotic and incorporates so many different things from the previous films. Whether it's characters, creatures, or spells, they're all here and they're all being utilized to their fullest potential in battle, and it's all awesome. And the best part about it is we get to all of this relatively quickly within the 2-hour time span of this movie. See this alongside the previous movie, Deathly Hallows Part 1. That 2.5-hour movie did have something happening at the beginning, did have something happen at the very end, but the entire middle was just them moping around, walking for just unending seeming amount of time. Here, we get to the beginning quickly, we get to the middle quickly, and we're getting to the end quickly. The pacing is quick, but not rushed. We know these characters, we don't need to build them up any more than we already have over the previous 7 movies. We just want to see the action, we just want to see the grand finale, and they deliver. At the docks, the trio sneak their way to see Voldemort talking to Severus with Nagini at his side. Voldemort reveals that even though he has performed powerful magic with the Elder Wand, it does not belong to him. Voldemort believes that the wand only obeys those who have killed its last master. And since Severus killed Dumbledore through the power of deduction, and a knife, and a venomous snake, Voldemort kills Snape, but not before Snape spares one of his tears for the trio to use. The trio make their way back to Hogwarts where the battle has ended, and the death doesn't stop with Snape. There they see the dead bodies of just so many characters we've gotten to know and love over the past 7 movies. like Fred, one of the Weasley twins, Remus, and Tonks from the Order of the Phoenix. Was Dobby not enough, J.K. Rowling? Was taking Dobby not enough? But the tears don't stop there. After pouring the tear into the pensive, Harry is made privy to Snape's entire history. Snape grew up with Harry's mom, falling in love with her, even though she never loved him back. It was Severus who became a mole in Voldemort's first rise to power to save Lily. He killed Dumbledore at the request of the late headmaster himself, a sacrifice so that Snape could gain Voldemort's trust again. And, most importantly, the night that Harry's parents and Voldemort died, part of Voldemort's soul latched on to Harry. Harry is the final Horcrux, and the only way to kill Voldemort is for Harry to die as well.
That's a lot of information in 5 minutes. Lot of emotion. All of them sad.
So after saying his farewells, Harry makes his way to the Forbidden Forest, comes face to face with Voldemort. Voldemort shoots him with the green light of the Avada Kedavra curse, and Harry Potter dies. Nish. Yeah, Harry makes it to the afterlife, encounters Dumbledore, and is told that he can go back to the land of the living if he wants to now that the piece of Voldemort inside him is dead. Bit of a cop-out, but it looks cool, and I love seeing Michael Gambon back as Dumbledore, so I'll give it a pass. Voldemort and his followers walk up to Hogwarts, where they flaunt Harry's death to his surviving friends and family. There, we see two standouts. One, Ray Fiennes once again hamming it up to the most entertaining of nth degrees as Voldemort. And two, Neville, who stands up to Voldemort, makes a speech that rallies all of the survivors of Hogwarts around him, and pulls the sword of Gryffindor out of the sorting hat. This is only slightly eclipsed when Harry stands back up, clearly more alive than ever, and the battle continues. Remember how I said there are two awesome characters to take away from this movie? Neville's that second. And we're not even to his most awesome bit yet. The battle rages on, and Voldemort's followers start to get picked off one by one. Molly Weasley kills Bellatrix Lestrange, Ron and Hermione try to kill Nagini, and Harry and Voldemort fight all over the grounds of Hogwarts, leading to their final magical beam struggle in the courtyard. And when Ron and Hermione seem outmatched by the snake, Neville comes out of nowhere and beheads the thing, weakening Voldemort enough for the Elder Wand to backfire and bounce into Harry's hands, finally killing Voldemort. Say whatever you want about Harry being the main character of the series, Neville saved the day. So the battle is over, the day is won, and before Harry can finally destroy the Elder Wand so that no one can ever use its power again, we get this little bit of information. Voldemort was wrong about the Elder Wand. It's not the death of its master that makes the wand choose another. It's the disarming of its master. You see, when Draco disarmed Dumbledore before his death, although Snape killed him, it was actually Draco at that moment who became the master of the Elder Wand. Until at Malfoy Manor, when Harry ripped Draco's own wand out from his hand. From that moment on, Harry was the master. This explanation is so stupid and so contrived. So many people have talked about it that I'm not going to even bother with it. You want more information? Super Carlin Brothers have made dozens of Elder Wand related videos, and they harp on this the entire time. I agree with all of their points. You want my further opinion? Just go check any of their stuff out. But before we end, we cut to 19 years later, where we not only see the offspring of our heroes board the train to many of their first years at Hogwarts, but we also meet Harry's son, who's worried about if he were to be sorted into Slytherin House. Harry tells him that one of the bravest men he ever knew was a Slytherin, and that there is no shame in being sorted into said house. His kid's name, Albus Severus Potter. Bye, Albus. I can't wait for your story to suck in your own book. The children board the train as our golden trio watch on. John Williams' iconic score from the first film playing them out. And that was Deathly Hallows Part 2. What do you want me to say? I agree with every single fanboy, fangirl, and critic out there. This movie is awesome. I will admit it does have its flaws here and there. There are a couple plot holes, lines of dialogue that reference book-related material that was never placed in the movies, and that ending twist really soured some of this movie's goodwill towards the end. But still, those mean next to nothing to just how fantastic this movie is. The characters are great, the music is a surprising high point of the film, the pacing is quick while never feeling rushed, the action is awesome, the stakes are high, and by God, do the emotional moments hit hard. This movie wrapped up a decades-long storyline in a satisfying way that I'm pretty sure most TV shows can't even master. I'm going to give Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 an A. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments down below. Mainly because I forgot to ask this in earlier videos, I figured I would just ask this now. What is your Harry Potter wand? You can actually go onto Wizarding World right now, just like you can do with finding your Harry Potter Hogwarts house and your Patronus, and find out what your wand is right now. Mine is cypress wood with a phoenix feather core, 14.5 inches, and surprisingly squishy flexibility, which, according to Wizarding World, is supposed to mean that I'm brave, noble, and self-sacrificing. Well, I mean, since I'm a Gryffindor, I guess that checks out. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are the best, and don't forget to click subscribe and click the bell icon down below to stay up to date on all things movie, all things TV, all things nerd.